A top UN official says the crossfire between Israel and Lebanon is creating a serious risk of an all-out war in the Middle East. Jean-Pierre Lacroix is concerned about rocket attacks on Israel from the Iranian-backed Hezbollah militia from their stronghold in southern Lebanon. The Lebanese government do not have the powers to forcibly disarm the Shiite Islamist militia. Meanwhile, Israel is conducting regular airstrikes on Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon. The diplomat recently visited the region and spoke to Euronews about the need for de-escalation before attending the EU Council of Defence Ministers in Brussels.
So I pay particular attention to the situation there, where we have our mission UNIFIL. The risk of escalation continue to be very, very serious. And we're talking about regional escalation because these situation in Gaza and the various other situations in the Middle East, they're all very much interconnected.
Since Israel invaded Gaza, around 90% of the population has been displaced and around 40,000 people, most of them women and children, have been killed. On April 1st, Israeli airstrikes on Damascus, the Syrian capital, killed 2 senior Iranian officers. 2 weeks later, Iran launched its first direct attack on Israel with a barrage of 300 missiles and drones. On July 31st, Ismail Haniyeh, a senior Hamas official, was killed in Iran. Israel did not deny responsibility. The day after, the US reinforced their military deployment in the region as Iran promised to retaliate.
We've seen episodes of tits for tats, and retaliations, and that is all contributing to maintaining a high risk of a regional escalation beyond what we're already seeing. So obviously the efforts that are currently going on as far as the peace talks in Gaza are critically important.
Recently, after 25 years without the disease, polio has just returned to Gaza. Several members of the UN Security Council have discussed the possibility of creating a peacekeeping mission there. But Lacroix says it's premature, as it would require the agreement of all parties, as well as the unanimous vote of the UN Security Council.
Any kind of third-party presence, and certainly that applies to UN, peacekeeping type of presence, has to be also accepted by the local communities, the local parties. They have to see that this would make a positive difference in their life.
A pause in the fighting is nearing. Israel has just agreed to 3 pauses in Gaza from next week to allow polio teams to vaccinate around 640,000 children.